Hey there, Virgos. This is your March 2021 intuitive tarot scope where we're going to cover your personal and your spiritual growth for the month ahead. So that's right. This video is for you if you are all about what's the next thing for you to learn, becoming a better person, and doing that internal self-development. That's who this reads for. So let's get to it, Virgo. Your lesson for the month ahead. Wow. So it looks like there's a little bit of pain about a love situation that didn't fully work out. And it's not on your mind as much as it used to be, but it's still on your mind because you got the Nine of Swords reversed and you got the Three of Swords reversed. So now it's kind of more like that. I don't say coulda, woulda, shoulda, but it's I don't say the one that got away, Virgo, but it's kind of like that. What would have happened if I put a little more effort in? What would have happened if I was a little nicer? What would have happened if I was a little more open? What would have happened? What could have happened? Like, could that person have been the one? So wow, there's a lot of lessons for you. Wow, just being a little blunt. Virgos, you're not yet ready to like give up or give up hope or give up on that old relationship. The thing that's like holding you back from kind of getting peace with that situation so that you can then make your decision if you even want to reach out to see if they'll answer or not, or just like be done with it and move on. You got the Seven of Pentacles reversed and you got the King of Wands upright and you got the World, a major arcana card upright. So you're not seeing that previous relationship as successful. And even though it may not have turned into marriage, even though it may not have turned into what you wanted it to be, you're viewing it as a time of like incompletion. Instead of viewing it as what would have happened if I had done XYZ, or what would have happened had they been a little more blah, blah, blah. If you're thinking those kind of thoughts, you're viewing the relationship as incomplete. Instead, view it as that was a relationship of that time. In that time I spent with that person, here is what I learned about myself, about relationships. And then you could view that segment of your time with that person as whole and complete and perfect, just as it was. When you do that, that will relieve a little bit of burden, that will relieve the little bit of thinking back that you're doing. And it will get you kind of like a starting neutral point. Let me pull some clarifying cards for you. So yeah, in short, you have to go back and view that past relationship as it's whole and complete. The World card upright, it's completion. It's like high school. You had to graduate so you can go enjoy college, right? You have to wrap up that segment, allow yourself to graduate. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, the way I thought it would, but it's still complete. And it does kind of look like one of your lessons, King of Wands upright, one of your lessons is that there was a little bit, you had a very steady, solid image of what it should have looked like. And there was a little bit of kind of staying staunch in your energy of no, it has to be this way. This is the path to success. So that's one of the lessons that you either learned or that you need to wrap up and learn so that you can actually manifest in your new lover. Is that it's about, you can have the end destination, but how you get there, you need to be flexible to leave room for the other person to feel seen, heard, validated, valued. So that's one of the last lessons you got to learn up. But once you kind of go through this and recognize that that time was perfect just as it was, it looks like the cards that want to come out for clarifying, it's for those of you who are wondering, is it worth it to call the person back or not? It looks like you got to ask yourself some questions. It definitely looks like the sex was hot. You got the Devil card upright. So the sex was hot. The physical chemistry was definitely there between you two. But it's kind of taking an honest look at yourself for this one, Virgo. You got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So that either means that you weren't willing to, or that you actually didn't have the appropriate amount of time to put into a relationship. So if you weren't willing to, you've got to evaluate, why wasn't I? And then do a little inner work there. If you just didn't have the time to do it, then that's something to call them and tell them, hey, I've always wondered what could have happened between the two of us. And at that time of my life, I didn't have a lot of time. Maybe I didn't express that to you well enough. So it almost looks like there was just this staunch image. This is exactly how it should look. They need to accept me exactly as I am. And there wasn't enough wiggle room. So maybe you didn't explain it enough to the other person. Like, no, genuinely, I only get Friday evenings free. This is my schedule, right? But if you didn't take the time to show them your schedule, that's when we can get into she's not supporting me. She's trying to take me away from my work. But like, maybe she just needed a little more understanding of like, oh, wow, that's your schedule? Okay, so then I better treat Friday like the most prized possession ever. It's kind of like there wasn't enough of a chance because you either weren't willing to or you didn't have the time. And it doesn't look like there was enough communicated to the other person for them to like relax a little and understand that you are trying the best you can. That's just all you have to give right now. Okay, you also got the Star card reversed. Man, Virgo, this is all just kind of like lessons for you internally. It's kind of like asking yourself, it's not, will they make me happy? What do I actually want out of a relationship? It's more like about, are you ready to allow yourself to feel valued in a relationship, and not valued because of something you're providing, not valued because of something you're doing, not valued because of something you're doing or providing for the family, for the lover, but are you ready to just internally within feel value? So that goes back to like childhood trauma. At the age of 2, you're developing the self concepts, and you're also going through what I call the unconditional love phase. Until the age of 3, you can't process emotions. You don't have all the brain. Your brain's not fully formed to process emotions. So you need an older adult looking out for you. Like, oh, honey, you're crying because you're tired, not because you want to go play. You need that older person to just scoop you in and care for you and take after you and do what's best for you, even if you don't know what's best for you. If you don't get that core need met, then you tend to grow up like staunchly defending your boundaries, staunchly defending your needs while in relationship. No, I need this. You can't do that to me. So it's really just about like an opening for my spiritual people in your heart chakra. It's really just about an opening of, I'm ready to just feel like my unique thoughts, my unique energy, my unique presence, my unique laughter, my unique jokes, my unique view of the world is enough in a setting. And it's not about not necessarily paying for a date or not providing, but it's about, are you ready to just within you let the guard down and feel valued? Let someone else just take delight in you, not because of the paycheck you bring home, not because of the title you have, not because of the prestige you bring the family or the lover, but I do like, and letting them find delight in you as you, right? And they will probably find delight in your title, in your paycheck, in your knowledge, in your prestige, but it's allowing yourself to also be valued for like the soft skills, the creative side, maybe your music outlet you have, maybe your dancing outlet you have. It's letting all of you to be seen and all of you to be valued. Because that's kind of why the other one didn't work out. It almost looked like the person that you were interested in, and this was an old relationship, Virgo, it's an old one. It kind of looks like the new person in your life, they were valuing you and for your creative side, but you were so used to getting your value and your kudos from other people based on the more qualitative, the more masculine, the more things that you provided, and to be like appreciated for that side of you yet that you weren't fully comfortable on. You weren't yet ready to be loved for that side of you. And I can give you guys an example. I remember there was a period in my life where I was like so insecure that I had these 2 awesome girlfriends that were just hyping me up all the time. Oh my God, Kelly, you're a boss, babe. It's so cool what you're doing. But the whole time within, I felt super insecure. So whenever they would say that stuff, I'd go, "Oh my god, why are they so mean? They're, like, making fun of me in front of my face, and they're lying to me to my face." I didn't internally feel worthy of all those kind, good words. So you were receiving value for your more feminine skills, for the softer side, for your more creative outlets. Because you weren't comfortable with that yet, you maybe thought they were being mean to you or jesting or, joking. But you're definitely ready to be seen as the whole human that you are, not just the provider. Yeah, okay, Virgos, getting more cards to clarify. There's a part of you that's thinking, I just need a break to balance my emotions. It's not time to take action yet because I'm not fully balanced. It's almost as if by the time you want to like reach out to this person, you want to have a complete blank slate. But again, this goes back to that you are whole and complete and lovable just as you are. And it's not about you needing to have the path and the end result. It's about you needing to have the end result. And your end result, your goal could be, I want to get on a phone call with them and just have a pleasant conversation. I want to get on the phone call and see if they would be open to going on a date. I want to be on a phone call and see if they'd be open to talking about the past. So you have the end goal, but the how you get there, you need to leave a little bit of flexibility there. um, it's more about you feeling worthy of being loved for the whole complete package that you are than it is about you resting. Because it's like you're never going to get full closure unless you take this step. And you don't have to plan everything. You don't have to be everything. You don't have to do everything. The other person either wants it or they don't. The other person either wants it or they don't. It's more valuable for your time if you just go in and call them and see what happens, because you'll either get your no, which will give you closure, and you can just let that past situation go, or you'll have a delightful conversation. So let your end goal be a little bit of a lower one. Don't be, I need to call them and we need to be on a path for marriage. I need to call them and we need to get like a weekend trip set up. Let it be a, can we get on the phone call and have a pleasant exchange for 10 minutes, 20 minutes? If you enjoy that time together, then at the end, that's when you say, wow, well, this was so nice to connect with you in this manner. You know what? I would really love to do this again. This was so nice. And let the second goal maybe be a second phone call. Or let the second goal be a, hey, I don't know if you live in the same city as the person or not, but well, what would you think about going out to lunch? Right? So let the goals be a little bit smaller. And you guys know this. You know how it works. Relationships take genuine time to build. It's not that it's going to take forever to build, but it's about, you don't want to put the pressure of marriage, of solid commitment, or we're having a weekend getaway after speaking to the person on the phone for like 10 minutes, right? That's kind of some of the pressure from what went wrong last time. Can you get on the phone with a person and enjoy 10, 20 minutes? Can you get on a second phone call, enjoy 10, 20 minutes? Because if you enjoy two 20-minute phone calls, you could probably enjoy a longer one. You could probably enjoy an in-person lunch. You could probably enjoy an in-person dinner. It's just like letting the end goal be like the micro goals so that you actually enjoy the process, Virgo. I think there's like a little bit more for you. Yeah. Yeah. Virgo, after that, the clarifying cards are the Sun upright and the King of Cups upright. It looks like a lot of your life you've been like driven and pushed to success and to excel and to exceed and to always be at like the top of your game and always be performing and just always be achieving. So it makes sense, right? That if are a highly goal-oriented person and you hit the pinnacle of your career success, maybe say it was a doctor or a lawyer, and there's just legit bureaucracy and a solid path that you have to follow to get the success. You have so much momentum built up in that area of your life that by the time your love life, which is actually down here, because you haven't even gone on a date with a person or you haven't even really spent much of your time there, you're like, hey, new person, get up here and we need to start acting like committed now. It's like you were expecting and demanding wifey or husband behavior out of the person when you guys weren't there yet. Which would downward spiral into you thinking they're needy, they just need more than you could have, they don't understand your busy life. It's no, you were expecting them to just jump in and be at married level, when instead you got to just come down here a little, recognize you have momentum built up in that area of your life, but recognize this one's starting new. So your goal is a phone call, a phone call, a phone call, an in-person tea, lunch, another one, a weekend getaway, let's be committed, or whatever order that goes in for you guys. And it's about taking that pressure off of the relationship so the other person can relax and enjoy it. So you can enjoy it without thinking they're needy. You're just expecting them to know you as if you've been married for a while. So if you would just let your goals be smaller ones, that will help you so much in your love life, Virgos. It'd be worth it to give that person a call though, because you'll either get off your mind completely, you'll get closure, or you guys will be on the path of those smaller goals. Let's see if they do give a call. It would be well received. That one phone call wouldn't jump to you guys being in a relationship. There's potential there, but it's almost like, I don't want to say healing or mending, but it's like restabilizing. It's just like you guys need to have a couple of good conversations to, oh, that's right, that's why I like that person. Oh, that's right, that's why I like that person. Not that rush of, let's hang out. Because it's like, wait, I don't know if I like them or not that much. I remember last time wasn't super good, so I don't know if I want to just like go run off on a weekend getaway with them. If you have a couple phone calls and kind of just repatch a stable connection between the two of you. Okay, what happens if they don't call? If you don't call, you're always going to have that little bit of doubt in your mind. What coulda, woulda, shoulda, what if I did? If you don't call, you're always going to think it was worth energy and effort. It's going to occupy some of your brain space and some of your time. That's interesting though. You will have an Ace of Swords moment. So you'll have this like clarity, epiphany, aha moment if you don't reach out to them. But it's just always going to occupy some time on your hands. And if you do reach out, it'll just be a very stabilizing conversation. I don't know how else to say that to you guys. It'll be stabilizing. It will be like peaceful. It'll be harmonizing. It will give you this feeling of like, I'm okay. I'm not a bad guy. She's not a bad girl, or whichever way that goes for you guys. Neither one are going to give you the instant result though. The calling is going to give you a little bit more peace and harmony though. The not calling is just going to be like an abrupt kind of smack to the face with your moment of clarity. All right. Is there anything else you would like Virgos to know, Spirit? You're going through a softening phase of life, Virgo. You're going just through a softening. You don't have to King of Swords upright. You're going through a softening of that. Sometimes it is about that phone call just to make the other person feel better. Sometimes it is just about the, hey, let's cuddle for like 20 minutes so that we can have a little bit of connection. It's like you're kind of starting to soften and recognizing that some of those qualitative, oh, I used the wrong word early in the video. There's qualitative time and there's quantitative. Your past has been all quantitative. You're like starting to recognize that there is a value to the qualitative part of life. So that's overall what you're going through. You're just like, oh, wait, watching the kids run, even though it doesn't provide an immediate value, an immediate goal, an immediate masculine energy success. When you watch your children play enough, it builds camaraderie and bonding between you two. So you're really kind of just starting to soften up a bit and enjoy the qualitative time of life, the feminine side of life, the enjoyment. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you would like more help, apply for a breakthrough session. And if I can help you, we'll hop on a phone call. Bye, guys.